Hey everybody, at the movies with film. Nice to be with you. Got a really interesting film for you tonight. 27th Day, 1957. Don't want to start throwing too many numbers at you, get you confused, but 1957, the 27th Day came out. This is a science fiction film. Deals with five individuals who are given some kind of strange little device by an alien race that, well, they have to do something with it or not do something with it. Don't want to get too far into the plot and don't want to destroy it for you, but there's something about the destruction of the Earth that's involved in here as well. Film stars, the biggest star that you're going to know is Gene Barry. If you remember the War of the Worlds, that's one of his more famous science fiction films, Gene Barry. He made a few westerns as well, for instance with Sam Fuller. The film was directed by, well, an individual that you might know in another incarnation. He was the main director of the Bewitched television show. Likewise, he is the father of the Beach Party movie. All of those Beach Party movies, I love those Beach Party movies. I think that they're not given the kind of respect that they should be given. William Asher, he was also the husband of Elizabeth Montgomery, who was, of course, Samantha in Bewitched. He does a pretty good job in directing this film. The special effects for this film, there's not a lot in it as far as special effects. There is a spaceship and some interior spaceship stuff. It was done by Ray Harryhausen. Now, Ray Harryhausen, of course, if you know your stop-motion animation, was an apprentice to Willis O'Brien of King Kong days and created some great stuff. Jason and the Argonauts, Clash of the Titans, etc. That kind of animation I still prefer over some of the more sophisticated, in quotes, CGI, computer-generated imaging. There's an interesting guy in here I would like to talk a little bit about. There's a announcer who pops up periodically in the movie, played by a guy named Paul Frees. Now, when you hear his voice, it might sound quite familiar to you. He, if you've been to Disneyland and Disney World, he did some voices out there. He's the ghost host voice in the Haunted House exhibit or ride at both Disney World and Disneyland. Likewise, if he sounds a bit like Orson Welles, well, he was a good impersonator of Orson Welles. Matter of fact, did a one-man stand-up show where he was Orson Welles. He was the original voice also of the Pillsbury Doughboy, believe it or not, and the voice, uncredited, of the computer in the Forbin Project, Colossus, the Forbin Project. The film here really smacks of 1957. Really has that Cold War edge, that feel of the Iron Curtain and the evils of communism, both of the red variety in China and of the red variety in the Soviet Union. And this film really deals with that in a very interesting way, kind of pitting these individuals who come from different countries, who are given this device that, well, they hold the balance of the future of the world in their hands. I think you're going to enjoy the 27th Day. I remember seeing it a long time ago, and I really wasn't that impressed with it. But I watched it again just recently, and I had a good time with it. It has some qualities that are worth remembering. Henry Froelich did the camera work for it, and he did the Came from Beneath the Sea. Likewise shot some of the Thriller episodes that Boris Karloff hosted. Give me those emails. Like to hear from you. Enjoy your responses. Remember, we have that poster out there that if you're interested in getting a copy of, I'm glad to shoot one out to you. Well, I hope things are going well for you. Things are going well here. We're having a good time bringing you the best that we can. Why don't you watch The 27th Day? William Asher, 1957, one of those great Columbia B science fiction films. Roll 'em, Smokey.